All right, picture this. It's the ultimate nightmare scenario for any executive or resilience leader. A major disruption is hit. Your technical teams finally burst into the room and announce that the applications are back online. Users can log in. Everybody cheers, right? Yet, the core operations of your business remain completely paralyzed. How is that even possible?
Imagine you're in the war room. It's been days of just grueling, nonstop work. The tech teams have been absolute heroes. Backups are restored, servers are rebuilt. The crisis management team finally takes a collective breath. But then, they're hit with this baffling reality. If the infrastructure is perfectly restored, why on earth is the business still stuck?
You look over at the IT operations center, and honestly, everything screams success. The ERP system, it's up. The CRM, online. Corporate email is flawless. All the technical dashboards are just glowing this reassuring, beautiful green. From a purely technical perspective, the crisis seems over. But you know, this is exactly where a really dangerous false sense of security begins.
Because give it a few hours, and a massive disconnect emerges. While IT is looking at those green dashboards, the operational reality on the ground is, frankly, grim. We've got physical shipments blocked on the loading dock. Critical, time-sensitive decisions are just sitting there pending. Unissued invoices are piling up and choking cash flow. The technical reality simply does not match the business reality because the hidden dependencies, the things that actually make the business run, are broken.
And this is the exact moment business teams come to leadership with a terrifying truth. The systems are working, the business is not. I mean, let that really sink in for a second. For decades, our disaster recovery metrics and governance models have focused almost entirely on system uptime. But if users can log in, why is the organization still failing to execute its core mission?
So what's actually happening here? Well, the root of the paradox is that both teams are completely correct, but they're speaking entirely different languages. Technical teams are measuring applications. Business teams, however, are measuring operational capability. It's a massive strategic misalignment. One group sees successfully restored databases. The other sees everyday work that is hopelessly stalled.
Which brings us to this absolutely crucial truth about value creation. Application availability does not automatically equal business value. Actually, scratch that. It rarely does on its own. Restoring servers is not the ultimate objective of a resilience plan. Software is just a tool. If those tools aren't actively driving the company's core operations forward, their technical uptime means absolutely nothing to your bottom line.
Let's make this concrete with a practical example. Think about the anatomy of a basic customer order. It has to go through specific stages, right? It's validated, prepared, shipped, invoiced, and ultimately paid. At every single one of these stages, critical information moves. Key operational handoffs occur. This sequential chain of dependencies is what actually generates revenue, and it relies on a whole lot more than just software availability.
But during a crisis, all it takes is one broken link to stop this entire chain cold. Maybe critical data is missing from an otherwise perfect backup. A third-party integration failure might make validation impossible. So the server might be humming perfectly, but a missing digital signature means a physical truck literally cannot leave the warehouse. Information arrives too late to act upon, and the decision remains hopelessly blocked.
When those operational dependencies fail, you get the ultimate modern business paradox. The application continues to operate, but the activity stops progressing. The cursor is blinking perfectly on the screen. The software hasn't crashed, but the vital work just can't move to the next stage. Executive teams discover the hard way that applications are merely a support mechanism. The real, tangible value is created elsewhere.
And this, right here, highlights the missing link: business flows. A business flow is the actual movement of value through an organization. Think of it as the invisible infrastructure connecting your people, critical data, validations, decisions, activities, and systems. It's the lifeblood that allows information to actually move from point A to point B.
So during a disruption, it's this flow that is the true battleground. Because when the flow is interrupted, value stops moving, period. Even if your applications are running perfectly. Even if your servers are 100% operational. Even if every single user can log in without a single error message. A broken flow means no value is created.
For board members, CIOs, and resilience leaders, this requires a radical mindset shift. We have to completely change our governance metrics. The old, outdated question we always asked was simply, what applications have we restored? But the new, vital question must be, what flows are allowing the organization to operate again?
What flows are allowing the organization to operate?
Now, that distinction might seem kind of subtle at first glance, but asking this specific question during a crisis changes absolutely everything. It forces leadership to stop obsessing over technical checklists and start looking directly at real, tangible operational resilience.
Because shifting your focus to flows fundamentally rewrites your priorities. It completely dictates how you design your recovery plans in peacetime, and it drives your critical decisions in the heat of the moment. Ultimately, prioritizing operational capability over technical metrics is the single greatest factor in how quickly your business can survive and truly serve its customers again.
If you want to dive deeper and rethink how your organization maintains and rebuilds its critical capabilities under pressure, definitely explore the Assuring Resilience book series, check out the Archeon Group podcasts, and look into the Ransom-Kick resilience model we've highlighted. It all comes down to creating, protecting, and rebuilding value. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I'm going to leave you with this one thought. If your systems came back online tomorrow, but your business flows did not, would your organization actually survive?